Tonight, we're going to go a little more in depth about the investigation and the arrest. Joining us this evening, Santa Clara County's District Attorney Jeff Rosen. Jeff, nice to have you back on the program. This is swift work here. What was the break in the case?
Thank you very much for having me again, Raj. This case is an example of just the tremendous partnership and coordination between the San Jose Police Department, the District Attorney's Office, and the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms to very quickly apprehend this individual who started this horrendous fire. In terms of the things that led us to this individual, some of those things will be revealed at a preliminary hearing in the case in court. At this point, I can simply say that eyewitnesses and surveillance are some of the techniques. There were others that led us to this person.
That's good to hear. Now, we see that you saw some of our reporting, perhaps, that Gogi has a lengthy rap sheet. Obviously, you know that. A lot of petty theft, and then all of a sudden, this major $17 million fire. Jeff, it just doesn't seem consistent for this type of criminal.
Certainly what we've seen in the complaint that we've charged, in addition to aggravated arson, which carries a term of 10 years to life, we also charged 10 additional counts of grand theft and petty theft. Between January 2022 and when this individual was arrested, he committed 10 different thefts all over San Jose at many different stores. So his criminal conduct escalated to what we saw here at the Blossom Hill Home Depot, where he lit a fire and then tried to steal a lot of tools, was stopped, and then drove away as the flames engulfed the building.
And Jeff, we're hearing from some of our sources here at NBC about a possible motive. What can you tell us? Why would he do this?
You know, it's hard to know what is going on in someone's mind, but what we can say here is that in terms of the sequence of events, he lit the fire, as soon as he lit the fire, he then took a shopping cart full of tools and tried to leave Home Depot and steal those things. He was stopped. He then got into a car, was driven to another location while the Home Depot burned. So it's in that sequence of events which I think we'll be able to determine the motive.
And final question as we're running out of time here. You mentioned he got in a car after setting that fire and driving off with someone else. Who drove that car?
We know the individual that drove that car and drove him to another location. And that certainly there'll be more information perhaps about that individual, which will come out. And there's many things we did to break this case. I'm really thankful that we're not prosecuting murder cases, that nobody was killed from this horrendous fire that caused so much damage. And I'm just grateful for the work that the police and fire department did in this case in not only putting the fire out, but in quickly bringing this individual to justice. We will vigorously prosecute him and hold him accountable to the full extent of the law.
All well said. Jeff Rosen, the Santa Clara County District Attorney, thanks for your time and your insight tonight. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Have a good evening.
You too.